Good people of Nigeria, welcome back. If you are just joining us, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because we are digging deep into the massive headline, Sultan of Sokoto calls Nnamdi Kanu's prison wardens. What is going on? Before the break, we analyzed how the Sultan, as the head of the Sokoto Caliphate and the spiritual leader of Muslims in Nigeria, has a duty to maintain peace and ensure that justice, with a touch of humanity, is served in his domain. But let's take this analysis one step further, because this is where the gist gets even sweeter and more interesting for every Nigerian watching. Let's talk about the optics of this situation, what it looks like to the rest of the world and to Nigerians who are already feeling very divided. Nigeria is currently in a serious moment of national healing. We have insecurity challenges, economic issues, and most especially, ethnic and religious tensions that are very high. When a figure like the Sultan, who is generally seen as neutral and unifying, reaches out to check on a controversial figure like Kanu, it is a big gesture. It speaks directly against the narrative of North versus South, or one religion against another. It sends a message that, despite all the political and legal trouble, the safety and well-being of every Nigerian citizen, even those convicted, is a shared responsibility. This kind of action, though small, can be a massive building block for trust. And trust, my friends, is what we need to move forward as a country. Remember the words of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. He has always advocated for dialogue. And even before him, there were many respected Nigerians who believed that keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention, while legally correct, might not be the best long-term solution for peace in the Southeast. The goal for everyone, whether you support Kanu or not, is to have peace and stability in the Southeast so that our economy can grow and our young people can thrive. So, when the Sultan calls the wardens, he is perhaps doing what the politicians and the legal system find difficult to do. He is opening a window for communication. He is using his traditional authority to soften a very hard, thorny issue. And this is a strategy we have seen many times in history. Sometimes, traditional leaders can achieve more peace than politicians can, simply because they are trusted across different lines. Now, let's look at the potential long-term consequences. If the Sultan's call is indeed for welfare checks and security assurance, and it helps ensure that Kanu is treated fairly and with full dignity, this removes a huge weapon from the hands of those who claim that the system is unfairly targeting him or his people. If the system is seen to be fair, even in difficult cases like this, it strengthens the system itself. This is good for Nigeria. Also, think about the Nigerian Correctional Service, the NCOs. Their job is already very tough. They are responsible for keeping a high-profile, high-security inmate in a facility far away from his support base. The pressure on the Sokoto prison wardens must be enormous. When the Sultan calls them, it is not just a check, it is also a huge moral and perhaps logistical support. It shows them that their hard work in maintaining security is recognized and supported by the highest local authority. This boost in morale is important for maintaining discipline and professionalism in a high-stakes environment. I want to know what you think about this. Do you believe the Sultan's action is political, or is it purely humanitarian? Is this the kind of bridge-building action Nigeria needs right now? Let me see your thoughts in the comment section below. And seriously, if you have not done so, please like this video and subscribe. We are delivering the straight gist here, and you don't want to miss our next update. In conclusion, the headline, Sultan of Sokoto calls Nnamdi Kanu's prison wardens. What is going on may seem simple, but the action is very, very complex. It is a fusion of legal reality, political sensitivity, and traditional leadership playing a role in national cohesion. It reminds us that the Nigerian project is one that requires everyone, the government, the courts, the politicians, the religious leaders, and the traditional rulers, to work together to ensure peace. The Sultan's phone call is more than just a call. It is a statement about national unity and the humane application of justice, even in the most controversial of cases. Now, before the short break, we were looking at the possibilities that the Sultan's call could be a powerful move for security, for welfare, or maybe even a subtle push for national dialogue. But we must address a very important part of this story that ties everything together, and that is the legal status of Nnamdi Kanu right now. Just so we are all on the same page, the Federal High Court, led by Justice James Omotosho, convicted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on all 7 counts of terrorism-related charges just recently. he was sentenced to life imprisonment. The judge specifically ordered that he should be taken to a protective correctional facility, and that is why he is in Sokoto. The court was worried that keeping him in Kuj prison in Abuja was too risky, especially after the past jailbreaks we have seen. So, the Sokoto location is a direct result of a court order and security concerns. Now, why does this matter so much to the Sultan's core? It matters because Kanu's team is aggressively fighting this life sentence. They are filing appeals, they are working hard to reverse the conviction, and they are fighting to get him closer to Abuja so his lawyers can visit him easily. In fact, just today, the court again rejected a request to transfer him out of Sokoto, insisting that the federal government and the Nigerian Correctional Service, the NCOs, must be served and heard first. This shows us that the Sokoto prison is currently the center of a national legal and political tug-of-war. And it is into this highly sensitive environment that the respected Sultan of Sokoto has inserted himself. The timing is crucial. This is happening right when the legal battle is at its hottest point, right when tensions between the government and Kanu's supporters are at their highest. So, let's explore this possibility. Could the Sultan's action be a way to de-escalate the tension coming from the southeast? When a respected northern traditional leader shows genuine concern for the welfare of a high-profile inmate from the southeast, it serves as a cooling bomb. It is a very visible demonstration that the issue is not a regional fight but a national challenge. And this is vital because one of the biggest complaints from the southeast is the feeling of being marginalized or targeted. The Sultan's action, especially if it leads to better, more humane treatment, can slightly reduce that feeling of political and regional persecution. We have a powerful piece of gist here. Just recently, Governor Alex Otti of Abia State visited Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto Prison. And guess what? The governor himself came out and said he was excited that the Sultan of Sokoto was also in support of the need for Kanu's freedom and the need to reduce tension in the southeast. The governor even mentioned that the Sultan had, on a lighter note, told him that Kanu was now his subject and that he was going to turban him, a comment that reportedly made Kanu laugh loudly. Now, let's break this gist down. The Sultan's mention of Kanu as his subject and the turbaning joke is an ancient, traditional way of showing acceptance and responsibility for someone who is on his land, regardless of their background or current situation. It is a traditional way of saying, this person is under my care, and I will ensure they are safe and treated with respect while they are here. This is why the headline, Sultan of Sokoto calls Nnamdi Kanu's prison wardens. What is going on is so deep. The calls were likely part of this traditional assurance. It's a powerful move that goes beyond politics and touches on humanity and our shared Nigerian identity. It shows a powerful religious and traditional leader throwing his weight, not behind Kanu's cause, but behind the need for peace, welfare, and dialogue. This is a true example of traditional institutions stepping up when the political waters are too hot. My people, if you are enjoying this deep dive into the real gist, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe. We need your support to keep bringing you these unbiased breakdowns. The message is clear, even though the law has taken its course, and Kanu is serving a life sentence, the door for a political solution or at least a path for healing is still being kept open by respected figures like the Sultan. And that, Nigerians, is why this story is not just breaking news, but a landmark moment in our ongoing journey towards unity and national stability. Thank you once again for joining us. We will keep tracking this story and bring you all the updates as they happen.